Welcome back to Just One More Chapter with Emily. Recently, we have been reading The Interpreter by Brooke Robinson. It's a story that follows Ravel Lee, an interpreter in London, who is attempting to adopt a little boy named Elliot out of the foster care system. It talks about her experiences with the foster care system in London. It also talks about her experience as an interpreter in London. There's also a mystery character. You don't know, it's written in first person, and so you don't know who it is. But as we get further in the book, we're starting to realize who it might be. So if you've followed along thus far and you know what I'm talking about and you have an idea of who it might be, I think it's pretty obvious now, but I would like to know in the comments who you think it might be. If you haven't followed along thus far, then go ahead and go back to my page and check out my previous posts so that you can follow along in our journey. If, however, you are all caught up, then grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get started with Chapter 17 of The Interpreter. 4 victims that we know about, and how many others? The ground beneath me warps as I read the news. If I hadn't changed the questions put to the Uber driver, those women may have never come forward. I came this close to not misinterpreting that day. If the accused had been found not guilty, they might have gone their whole lives thinking they wouldn't be believed, but now they have a real chance of seeing the lad convicted for those crimes too. I won't be caught. The defense team is unlikely to ask for the trial's audio for review. I doubt they'll even appeal. Surely they are consumed with defending these new charges that the Crown Prosecution Service says it is aggressively pursuing. I made the right decision again, but misinterpreting cannot become a habit. I am not reckless. Unless there are compelling circumstances, I won't do it again. If someone noticed and Exia scratched me from their books, it wouldn't be easy for me to change jobs. A period of unemployment is something when it's only me, but quite another when it affects Elliot. It is 4 o'clock now, making it late night in Singapore. I message Richard asking if he's awake. A few minutes later, a video call comes through my laptop. I know it's late, I say. Sorry I haven't been in touch earlier. It's been busy here. Hi, I'm happy we can connect. How's it all going? Richard is sitting in his study, a large window right behind his desk. There is tropical rain coming down in great sheets. I can almost taste the humidity through the computer screen. That's what I wanted to tell you. The adoption was confirmed. I speak loudly so he can hear me over the weather. So it's all sorted? The little guy's yours? Yep. Congratulations! I'm so pleased for you. I know he means it. I'm going to get him, okay? So you can say hello. Oh, great, Richard says, surprised. I carry the laptop into Elliot's room where he's playing with a Lego set on the carpet. Elliot, this is Richard. I told you about him. He's in Singapore. Remember we looked at where that is on the globe? I crouch so the camera is level with his face. Hello. Elliot waves into the screen, not sure exactly where to look. It's lovely to meet you, Richard says. What have you got there? It's my Halloween Lego. It's a witch. That's brilliant. Oh yes, Halloween soon. Elliot's attention goes back to his toy and he swivels slightly, turning his back on the laptop. It's weird for him to meet a strange adult this way. At least he said hello in a friendly manner. Back on my feet, I carry my laptop to the living room. He's a bit shy, I say. It's lovely to see him. It really is. Hey, your apartment's nice. Richard is leaning closer to the screen, looking over my shoulder. It's okay. It's quite big for London. But now the adoption is confirmed, we're free to change address, so we'll move somewhere much cheaper soon. I spoke to the Kiwi solicitor this week. Your mother's probate is ongoing, but you know if you need money, if I can help you out in any way, I'd really like to. No, really, we're fine. I don't want money from my mother's estate, and I don't want Richard's either. I should have just told him we were moving to be closer to Elliot's school. Elliot's school is quite far from here, in Greenwich, on the other side of the river. It's the same school he was attending with his previous foster family. What I mean is, we're not moving only because of money, so don't worry. That's true, but Elliot doesn't love his present school, and we're probably not moving to Greenwich to be closer to it. I think he's happy to change schools one last time. I'd still like to help, Richard says. Thank you, we're fine. He knows not to pursue it further. What have you been doing lately? I set the laptop on one end of the sofa and perch on the other. This and that, pottering around the apartment. I suppose he's getting used to being single again and doing things without my mother. I might take a trip next year. Oh yeah? Europe somewhere. I might fit London in too. He smiles and there's a subtle raise to his eyebrows. He's waiting for a reaction from me. It'd be good to see you and the little guy properly. The smile gets bigger. Suddenly this all feels too much. I need time to think about how much I want Richard in my life. I cannot introduce people to Elliot, have him get to know them, and then they disappear. I need to go, I say. Right, okay, I guess it's late for me anyway. I hope we can talk again soon. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I say goodbye and end the call. In the morning, I have a few hours to spare while I wait to receive materials for a translation job. I scan 2 property websites and compare the average cost of 2-bedroom flats in various areas. I make a list of a few postal codes that I think we can afford. There are 2 flats available now with potential, both in Ealing. I decide to catch the subway to inspect them from the outside before I contact the agent. It will also give me an opportunity to walk past the local primary school to get a feel for it. The moment I arrive at the first street, I know this is a waste of time. The flat is 2 doors down from a small bar which is newly opened and not on Google Maps. I want us to live in a proper residential street, somewhere reliably quiet, without people coming and going at all hours. I don't know exactly what Elliot's home life was like before he was taken into care, but my guess is he didn't have those qualities. The second flat is below ground floor, and I could tell online that it would be dark, but in reality it's a total dungeon. It's just too grim for a 6-year-old. I walk back to the station and resign myself to looking for flats further out of London, zone 5 or 6. I jump on the train, and as we approach Knightsbridge, think back to the Polish witness and the alibi interview. Where was it that he said both he and Sandra's killer lived? The tunnel, undercover walkway on Brompton Road. There's still an hour until I'm expecting my work for this afternoon to be emailed through, and so I make a snap decision to alight the train. I exit the station. It is lunchtime and people in elegant suits weave along the footpath carrying takeaways. Out of curiosity, I want to see if that man is still living there, where he described. Mariusz Dorobek, the lying witness. When I turn down Sloane Street, I realize the cover walkway is temporary, a shelter erected while redevelopment work is carried out. The tunnel is wide enough for several people to walk side by side, and the roof is coated with fluorescent lights, flashing in orange, changing to red, then lavender and sky blue. The ground is a typical concrete path, and I think of how cold it will be to sleep on here later this month and for the coming winter. I see him. Will he recognize me? I keep walking at a steady pace and look straight ahead. Hedge! A voice calls out in Polish. Hi! Hedge! Hedge! Now that he has seen me, I am annoyed at myself for coming. What does it matter if he still lives here or if he's moved on? An ugly thought plays that I have come here to gloat. I changed his alibi statement, I caught his lie, and Sandra's killer will be convicted, and on some level I want him to know that I won. He gets to his feet. I nod, reluctant, and try my best to look surprised. A coincidence to run into a former client on the street. In Polish, he tells me his friend was arrested and he doesn't know what to do. I need to go, I say in Polish. I hold up my palm and keep walking. Wait, he calls out, please, one thing. I stop, sigh, and turn around. The man is holding something out toward me. I step backwards, keep a safe distance away. This belongs to Adam, the client says. He unfurls his palm to reveal a keyring with a plastic photo frame. The girl is his daughter. I think it's the only photo he has. Can you take this to him? Take it to the prison? No, I spray the word. I don't work with the police in that way. I'm a freelance interpreter. I only go in when I'm called. Even if I could get past Belmarsh security, there's the trouble of paying for the transport. He wants money. That's what this is. People stream past us and avert their eyes. I don't have any cash. My voice is cold. Please, get it to him. I don't know who else to ask. It would mean a lot. He takes 2 steps closer to me and thrusts the keyring to my chest. I put my hands up to defend myself, and somehow the keyring ends up in my fingers. I'll take it and toss it away. The police don't believe me when I say that Adam was with me the night that woman was murdered, just because he did a robbery once before. 25 years ago, he was 19. He's changed. He never did anything like that again. You know, he told me that one mistake determined the whole rest of his life, limited the work he could get. He could only get garbage jobs, so when he became ill, no sick leave, he couldn't pay his rent. That's how he became homeless. One mistake and he was punished forever. The world would not let him forget it. I can't listen to any more. I start to walk faster this time, turning it into a jog. I run to the end of the walkway and continue my pace until I'm back in Knightsbridge Station. Inside, I lean against the wall and massage the stitching forming in my side. What was that? Coming here was a rash and stupid thing to do, but Marius Storbeck did not behave as I expected. He seemed sincere. He was genuinely concerned for his friend. Does he think Adam Birch is innocent? Is that why he lied for him? I replay the interview in my mind. He gave his lies away by repeating the detective's questions and over-explaining his answers. It's possible he did those things because he speaks limited English. Repeating the questions could have been a natural response to needing more time to think, because he was trying his best to follow along in the conversation in both languages. The over-explaining might have been nerves, the additional stress of taking part in a police interview in a foreign country speaking through an interpreter. No, I am being too generous. My fingers knead roughly at my side. I saw through him in that room, and now, out here, I'm letting him manipulate me. I won't fall for it. The keyring is still in my hand. The girl in the picture is about 5 years old with pink-framed glasses on her nose and an Arsenal football scarf laced around her neck. Her father is a murderer. I hope she's with her mother somewhere, living a much better life. I bury it deep into my handbag and board the train. That one mistake determined the whole rest of his life. One mistake and he was punished forever. The world would not let him forget it. I've let myself be rattled by these words. Marius Storbeck does not know what that sentence could possibly mean to me. But I am not the same as Adam Birch, and we are talking about two very different wrongdoings. He went 25 years without committing another crime, and then he commits a senseless killing? I don't believe it. I bet he just got better after that first robbery and didn't get caught again until now. Just like me, a voice says inside, I don't get caught. I shut my eyes and push my fists against my forehead. Stop that line of thinking, I tell myself. I can't let the man get to me. I will feel better when I tell Doreen everything. On my phone, I open Facebook. She hasn't yet replied to my message. It's okay. I wasn't expecting to hear back from her immediately. She needs time. I told her I wanted to talk, and I'm confident that eventually we will. At home, I check my email and see that my Russian translation job has come through, and I sit down to work. When I get up to make a cup of tea, I remember the keyring. With one swoop, I fish it out of my handbag and throw it into my kitchen trash can where it belongs. Chapter 18. I complete the Russian translation job the following afternoon in time to collect Elliot from school. When I arrive, I see he has a balloon around his wrist. It's made of foil, taut with helium, and it towers over his head. The front of it has a full-color rainbow reaching across, interrupted by black and white lettering that simply reads, "Congratulations." "Who gave this to you?" I asked Elliot. "I don't know." I look around and see that none of the other children have one. "Where did it come from?" "There." He points to the school receptionist. I grab Elliot's hand and we approach the desk. "Excuse me, hi, I'm Elliot's mother. I'm wondering where this balloon came from." "Someone dropped it off," the woman says. "Who?" "The courier. They said it was for Elliot Lee, but there's no card or anything." Odd. Thoughtful, though, I suppose. Do they mean congratulations on the adoption? "Okay, thank you," I say, and turn to Elliot. "Let's go." As we walk to the street, "Did anyone at school say something to you today about me being your forever mom?" "Nope," he says as he jumps up to tap the balloon. At home, we untie it from his wrist, and it bobs against the ceiling, following us around the flat like a silent drone. It's a harmless little gift, but I would like to know who sent it. It is strange to have not included a card, and why send it to a school instead of to our home? I told Exia almost a year ago that I was applying to adopt and needed their professional reference, but gave them no other details, and nor did they care to ask. I strongly doubt it was them, but just in case, I sent an email to one of the account managers. Who knows we had the court hearing? I sent both Lydia and Elliot's previous foster family in Greenwich a text asking if it was them. The judge? The courts wouldn't do something like this, surely. To be certain, I sent Lydia a follow-up message asking if it could have been them or someone at the local authority. Richard is the only other possibility. and it's getting late where he is, so I text him quickly, even though I don't see how he could possibly know the name and address of Elliot's school all the way from Singapore. Elliot wants me to cut the balloon ribbon shorter so that it's more fun for him to have to jump higher to reach it. I snip a length of about a dozen inches, and when I go to throw the excess ribbon in the trash, I see the keyring from the Polish-speaking alibi witness. The photo of Adam Birch's small daughter looks up at me. I cover it with a chip bag and shut the lid. Sandra's daughter is who I am concerned about, not the offspring of her killer. What did Sandra say her girl's name was? Talia. Presumably she's been living with her father or other relatives since Sandra left for the UK, maybe a grandparent. I hope whatever situation she's in, it can be made permanent. Otherwise, will she be taken into care in the Philippines? The system is bad enough for children in this country. I hate to think what it must be like in one that is still developing. It occurs to me that someone may have set up a fundraiser for Sandra's family. I search online and land on her Facebook profile, now made a memorial page. There are dozens of recent comments in Tagalog, not a language I can read, so I hit the translate button. One person posted a link to a British newspaper article published the day after the murder. The headline, "Maid of baby-killing hit-and-run heiress dead," paired with an interior shot of the Knightsbridge home. All lush wallpaper, sculptures and bronze busts, blood-splattered but still aspirational. Another person writes a farewell message to Sandra. The translation isn't great, but it's obvious this woman was a close friend. I scroll down and see she has also posted a link to an article from several years ago about a domestic worker in Hong Kong murdered by her employer. A number of other people have replied to this story. I used an online Tagalog dictionary to better translate the comments. They always get away with it. I warned Sandra not to work for that woman. She would still be alive. Another woman has written that in the days before her murder, Sandra resigned from her job and the heiress did not take the news well. She delayed her weekly pay, increased her household tasks, and changed the Wi-Fi password, causing her to miss a birthday call with her daughter. These people all think the heiress killed Sandra. I can tell from their profiles that some of these online friends are writing from the Philippines. They aren't aware of the full facts of the case, and that's why they think the heiress is responsible. I don't doubt that the heiress is a bad person and an appalling boss, but she didn't kill Sandra. Adam Birch did. Then a text message arrives from Lydia. No, Balloon wasn't me. Also would not have been the agency or the court. Someone at Exia has replied, also denying it was them. I still can't see how it could have been Richard. The sender must have been the Greenwich foster family. It's a nice thought. Perhaps they didn't want to put their name to the card out of discretion, so as not to maintain their relationship with Elliot now that he has moved on with me. Shortly, Richard writes. His message is as expected. Hi, Ravel. No, it wasn't me. Have a good evening and hope to speak soon. R. I bring my attention back to Sandra's Facebook page. I read through the comments once more, double-checking the translation of some of the trickier words. The crux of the messages remains the same. These people think the heiress is responsible for her death. English is widely spoken in the Philippines. It seems likely these friends of Sandra's would have sought out some of the British news stories about the murder. They must have read that Adam Birch's DNA was found on her body. I start to type a comment on the page but quickly delete it. I can't have any public connection to Sandra, just in case when Adam Birch goes to trial and the alibi is discussed, someone notices that I was the interpreter. It will go to trial and he will be found guilty because Adam Birch killed Sandra and the case is closed. Heat rises to the surface of my face. I open the kitchen window to cool things down. After only a couple of minutes, I close it shut again, not wanting to make the flat too cold for Elliot. There is a bite to the air this afternoon, and it will be quite a chilly evening. An image of the Polish witness, Mariusz Gorobet, comes to mind. The flattened strip of cardboard I saw in the tunnel yesterday with his belongings, his lack of properly warm clothes. The police don't believe me when I say Adam was with me the night the woman was murdered. The police don't believe him, and now the jury won't either because I changed his statement. I tell myself that I need to stop this. It's misplaced guilt. Once I can speak to Doreen, everything will feel clearer. I did the right thing mistranslating that alibi statement, I remind myself. I got justice for Sandra, I say under my breath. I repeat the affirmation even as I dig through the kitchen trash and retrieve the keyring. After I rinse it under the tap, I return it to my handbag. Please, get it to him. It would mean a lot. It can stay in my bag for now, just in case. I check that Doreen hasn't written back to me, and then I resolve to stay away from Facebook and Sandra's memorial page. The harder I try not to think about the alibi statement and my conversation with Marius Dorobek yesterday, the more my mind drags me back to Doreen. I call up memories of the newspaper headlines at the time. "Britain's worst social worker," screamed one. "Kick her out." That day we met, filling time in the cafe, talking so much that we almost arrived late for the supervised contact session across the road, the reasons we were there in the first place. We walked up the stairs and went into the room, and now I remember exactly how it felt, folded into that plastic chair, jittery and not sure what to do with my hands. I focused on the lumpy red ball in the corner and the ancient snakes and ladders board game that passed for the local authorities' toy provision. The little boy entered the room and went straight for the ball. His mother made a play for his attention. I didn't catch her name, but I didn't need to know it. I was grateful Doreen was there because the mother didn't look like someone who I'd want to be alone in a room with. Wobbly chair pushed back behind her, she crouched on the carpet with long limbs pointing every which way and her face a misshapen bundle of blotchy skin. Her nails were filed at sharp edges, and as she scratched her arm, which she did regularly, they drew blood. I will stop thinking about this now, I instruct myself, but I can already hear Doreen's voice as she clapped her hands together. "Let's get started," she says. No more. Happily my phone pings, bringing me back to the present. There's a new message. It's from Elliot's Greenwich foster family. "No, sorry, we didn't send you anything." They were the last people I was waiting to hear from. I look across the living room where the balloon now hovers over the TV. A chill trickles the back of my neck. I go to the kitchen window, expecting to see that I've left it ajar, but it is closed tight. And now we are back to our italicized mystery friend. I return to find my sister sat cross-legged on the rug in the living room as though she is 13 again. An open bottle of white sherry, our father's favorite, rests on her knee. "What are you doing?" I ask, although it is entirely obvious. She giggles, going through some family photos. Her unwashed fingers turn over the page. She has evidently gone into the library while I was out and excavated the old family albums. "Look!" She points to a picture on Kodak paper. There we are, aged 10 and 12, on our uncle's farm, a time before I knew rage, when I could look at her and feel cheer rather than contempt. She takes a swig of sherry right from the bottle. "You could have come and visited." Her face is buried in the photo album, too timid to meet my eye. "In jail, I mean." "I know what you mean," I snap. Then she shoves a chocolate-covered almond in her mouth, one of my almonds, from Fortnum's, chews it twice, then pushes in a second one. "Did you make any friends in prison? My otherwise useless sibling may have some helpful criminal connections. Someone she can introduce me to. Anyone you're going to stay in touch with?" She ignores my question and lies back on the rug, spreading her feet wide. "Did you meet anyone in there for murder? Isn't prison said to be university for criminals? The incarcerated come out better educated and equipped to commit crimes than when they went in?" "Yeah," she says, draining the last of the sherry. "One girl was in a knife fight where the other girl bled out. Anything more sophisticated than street fighting? Stabbing you to death is not what I have in mind. She must have met someone in there whose services I can utilize, who could at least refer me on to a professional. While she thinks, she absentmindedly grinds a chocolate almond into the rug with her heel. "Jesus Christ!" I rush out to find a bottle of soda water to lift the stain. In the kitchen, I see where the sherry came from. In my haste to lock up the alcohol supply, I completely forgot about the 2 untouched bottles in the display cabinet by the fridge. When I return to the living room, the atmosphere has altered. My sister has been into the library and found my other photo album, the album I made of me and him. We should be living our lives together as mother and son. These are wasted years. So I made an album to reflect the kind of life we should presently be enjoying. You've cut up the photos of you and him and pasted the heads onto, what is this? Bodies of random people you've ripped out of magazines? Boarding school catalogs? She lies back and cackles, her hideous face made even uglier with amusement. "Give that to me!" I rush to her and rescue the album from her grasp. "Oh my lord," she says, scrambling to her feet. "Is that whole album fake photos of you and—" "Say his name. Say his name. That must have taken days to put together. That's sick." "Say his name." "You're drunk." I walk to the library where I lock myself inside. I don't want her assistance, and I don't need her criminal contacts. I will not involve my sister in my plans in any way. From behind the oak door, I listen to her clomp about the house, colliding with the furniture. The photo album goes back onto the shelf, the row dedicated to my son and me. There's an album for his last day of primary school. In the next one, he begins secondary school. One book shows us celebrating his A-level results. Another documents our vacations in Tuscany and New York and Tokyo, just the two of us. Then him starting university. I moved to the same city to be near his graduation, me there in the front row, his wedding, the birth of my grandchildren. One album charts my deteriorating health and old age. He refuses to admit me to a care home. My son steps away from all of it, his wife, children, his executive job, to attend to me all the way through palliative care to my last breath. My boy wants nothing more from life than to be next to me. It's all there in the photographs. My sister isn't capable of understanding. Her footsteps fade, and it sounds as though she has gone upstairs to her room. I check the lock on the door once again to satisfy myself that I will not be interrupted. Then I take a seat at the mahogany desk, use the key to open the drawer, and take out my favorite photo album of all, yours. And that's the end of chapter 18. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can follow along and see what our mystery character has planned for Ravel and Elliot. If you have any suggestions of books or genres you would like me to read next, I would love to hear from you. Please drop that in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. You guys have a great night, and I will see you soon.